That's what it's all about. Referee Mike Chioda holding up the most prestigious prize in sports entertainment, the World Wrestling Entertainment Championship, the WWE title on the line. This is 3 stages of hell. The first stage is a traditional wrestling match. We're going to see who the better wrestler truly is as these two start out with a slugfest. And a shoulder tackle takes Triple H off his feet. So, in this first fall, with there being disqualifications, as this is a traditional wrestling match, there are disqualifications, there are countouts, so you do need to keep your emotions in check because you can get yourself in real trouble and easily lose the first fall if your emotions get out of line and you let your emotions get the best of you. As Triple H is looking to punish Randy Orton with these clubbing blows in the corner. And the official Mike Chioda calling for the rope break. And Triple H launching Randy Orton across the ring. But Orton gets the boot up. Stuns the game. Triple H. Orton going for the leg. The leg that's taped up. Of course, going to the damaged leg, and Triple H able to counter Randy Orton going face first into the steel ring post. Great counter from the Cerebral Assassin. Orton was not prepared for Triple H to counter that whatsoever. Let's take a look at this one more time. Triple H pulling Randy Orton face forward, connecting skull first with a steel of the ring post. Beautiful suplex from the game. And Orton able to get the shoulder up at 2. There's a reason that the game is also dubbed the Cerebral Assassin, as I mentioned him by that a couple moments ago. We've seen what he's done to WWE superstars in the past, how far he's willing to go to inflict pain on his opponents. He's so technically skilled inside the squared circle. But Randy Orton attacking the bad leg of Triple H. And that might be the big difference maker in the match. Is that taped up injured leg of Triple H. And there's that overlying knowledge that Randy Orton has of Triple H, knowing that Triple H has torn his quads not once, but on 2 separate occasions, Triple H has torn his quads. And Randy Orton just taking the taped up leg, the injured leg, and ramming it into the steel ring post. The first time Triple H was able to counter, but this time Randy Orton was able to connect. As Randy Orton continues to pick apart the leg and just destroy Triple H and looking to get that first fall. So it's not even about, this match is even about what Randy Orton's been doing to Triple H the past 6 months. It's about what's been going on for years. This goes back to Triple H taking Randy Orton under his wing in a little group you may know called Evolution once upon a time. Triple H coming together with the Nature Boy Ric Flair, bringing in the Animal Batista and the Viper, once upon a time, the Legend Killer, Randy Orton. Randy Orton was going for the RKO, but Triple H countering. Despite the leg injury, the double A spine buster connects from Triple H onto Randy Orton. But the damage is done. The after effects of what Orton has been doing, working on the leg of the Cerebral Assassin. Randy Orton going for that patented backbreaker. Randy Orton just knows when it's time. Just knows when it's time to snap, when it's time to turn on that switch, when it's time to strike. It's so beautifully calculated by the Viper. It happens so quick, you never see it. Randy Orton could change the pace of a match. He can change the complexity of a match at the snap of his fingers. Triple H needed the help of the apron and the ropes just to try and pull himself up. And that's just a testament. That's just a testament to how much damage Randy Orton has already done to the leg of the Cerebral Assassin. Randy doesn't know. Steel chair to the skull. He just gave Randy Orton the first fall. Oh my, right to the skull of Randy Orton. Randy Orton just won the first fall. He just got himself disqualified. Triple H must know something I don't. But Triple H just snapped. I already said, if you let your emotions get the best of you, you're going to cost yourself this match. And right now, Triple H is unhinged with a steel chair on Randy Orton. Triple H going to town on the WWE champion. Oh, just driving the chair into the back of Randy Orton. Triple H is punishing Randy Orton. And Triple H just gave Randy Orton the first fall of the 3 stages of Hell match. I don't know if that was a bright idea by weakening Randy Orton and taking the first loss. Sometimes you have to think long term. Triple H is a veteran of the game. He knows what he's doing. So by losing the first fall, he's costing himself, but by attacking Randy Orton, he's also getting himself ahead. So maybe Triple H is looking at this in the long term, looking at attacking the Viper in the long run. Triple H, and now it's a Falls Count Anywhere. This is smart. This is brilliant. Now it's 1-1. Sometimes you gotta risk. Sometimes you gotta risk it all and take a chance on yourself. That's why he's the Cerebral Assassin. He planned this all out so he could risk the first fall, take the second fall, but now the problem is the third fall can go to either man. Now at the third, now they're at 1-on-1 apiece, so now it's any man's game. The tape being laid out for this being now a stretcher match. Now you have to push your opponent over that yellow line all the way through to win this stretcher match. So now the rest of this match is a stretcher match. We had a quick wrestling match between these two, ending in a disqualification. Triple H just snapping and beating Randy Orton with a chair right in front of the official, giving Randy Orton the first fall. And then Triple H capitalizing with the second fall being a Falls Count Anywhere. And now it's just going to be this simple. As Triple H about to close in on another championship. His 14th World Championship. Is the stretcher going to cross the line? Nope. Randy Orton gets off the stretcher and just kicks it. And it goes right into the bad leg of Triple H. Right into the damaged leg of the game. Orton stalking his prey. And a chop block back to the back of the knee. And the stretcher rolls right back down to ringside. So we're back at square one in the stretcher match. Randy Orton was able to regain his composure and capitalize after getting off the stretcher just in the nick of time. And now, this is the thing. So about when it comes to these stretcher matches, you somehow have to incapacitate your opponent, be in the right situation, get your opponent on the stretcher, and wheel them all the way up. And the problem is, the longer this match goes, the less strength you have, the more energy your body is exhausted. Oh, Randy Orton just dropping Triple H family jewels on the ring barricade and then sending Triple H over into the front row. And there's only one rule in this match. So the only rule is get your opponent on the stretcher and push them past the yellow tape. That's it. Anything else is fair game. No disqualification, no countouts. As Randy Orton stalks Triple H. You know, there aren't too many times you see Triple H being stalked like this in his career. With every punch, every blow. Randy Orton looking to make Triple H's life a living hell. And Triple H looking to do the same. Triple H took Randy Orton under his wing at one point when Randy Orton was young. And it led Randy Orton to becoming the youngest world champion in WWE history. And now these two are arch rivals, including breaking into the house of Randy Orton. There are no lengths Triple H won't go to. As Triple H fights back. Triple H landing heavy artillery blows to Randy Orton. And a clothesline as Randy Orton tried to retreat. Randy Orton was trying to retreat from Triple H, but instead Triple H clotheslining Randy Orton over the barricade back into the ringside area. And now it's Triple H who's trying to take a little bit of a breather before he pulls himself up and over. Triple H's leg is hurt so bad he's taking some time to recover, taking some time just to get a breather because this is a tough match. What a shot to Randy Orton. Randy Orton falls down. And now the padding for the protective covering of the barricade, the padding has been exposed by Randy Orton. Oh! And the spine of Triple H connects with the steel barricade. Randy Orton having this all played out, having this all figured out when it comes to Triple H. These two know each other so well. And now beating Triple H in the spine with that protective covering. Anything Randy Orton can use as a weapon. No. Oh, and dropping Triple H on the steel spine first. No lengths that they won't go to show just how much these two hate each other. To show just how much they want the upper hand on the other. And Randy Orton is enjoying every moment of this. Every little bit of pain he can cause to Triple H. He's going to enjoy it with stride. This is the third fall between these two. So whoever gets their opponent on the stretcher, gets them past the yellow tape, is the winner and will be your WWE champion. But with that being said, the way I'm describing it, it's easier said than done. With these types of matches, it's tough. And especially with how far we know these two are going to be willing to go to get the best of the other. It's like a competition. It's like a competition. Who's going to outdo the other? There's so much hatred between these two. So much animosity. And these two guys are fighting it out. And there's no better way to take each other out than in a match literally called 3 Stages of Hell. Randy Orton thinking about more destruction as he separates the steel steps. We're in the third and final stage. First stage, a professional wrestling match. Second stage, Falls Count Anywhere. And this stage is a stretcher match. And Randy Orton looking to make sure Triple H leaves on a stretcher as he throws those steel steps into the ring. The top part of the steel steps are now inside the ring. Triple H looks worse for wear. I don't know if the game even realizes where he is in this very moment. Oh, no. Drop toe, and Randy Orton goes face first into the steel steps. Great counter by the challenger. Sometimes it's those veteran instincts that come in handy. Triple H, the veteran of the two. And now it's Triple H who has those steel steps, using the steps to holding onto the hand grips to pretty much pull himself up, and now somehow has the wherewithal, has the strength as he just launching and just nearly cracking the skull open with those steel steps. Randy Orton is laid out, but Triple H needs to get Randy Orton on that stretcher now. That's the thing. Does Triple H even have the strength left to pull Randy Orton on that stretcher? That's the big part about this. Is even if you get your opponent incapacitated, that's a lot of dead weight. First, you have to drag them like what Triple H is doing right now. Get them on the stretcher. And when that exhaustion builds up, the longer this match goes, the harder it is to do. Let's take a look at this. Boom. Just nailing Randy Orton right in the skull with those steel steps. And now it's Randy Orton's lifeless body on the stretcher. Randy Orton is out like a light here at the Bash. And now is it Triple H's time to become a 14-time world champion, as Triple H pushes nearly 250 pounds of Randy Orton up on the stretcher. But it's again Randy Orton who fights out of this. But it's Triple H now attacks Randy Orton as these two slide down the entrance ramp. Oh, and they both fall off the stretcher. Randy Orton hitting hard on his spine as he holds onto the lower back, writhing in pain. Orton is severely hurt. These two men end up leaving on a stretcher. Even if they don't, one of them is obviously going to incapacitate the other to cross the line, because that's the only way this match is going to end. And eventually, one of them is going to make the other opponent's going to be worse for wear, to the point that they can get their opponent across on the stretcher. But the damage these two are putting each other through might lead these two to being stretchered out and ending up at a local medical facility. Randy Orton driving Triple H face first on to the stretcher. Oh! Talk about a concussion. Triple H being DDT'd skull first onto that steel ending of the entrance ramp. That studded entrance ramp. We got to watch this one more time. Bam! Hear the sound of the spine of Randy Orton and the skull of Triple H connecting with the steps. I don't know who got the worst of that one. I got to say Triple H is down and out. But Randy Orton's spine just landed on that steel. It's just showing what these two are willing to go. How far they're willing to go to inflict pain on the other. He's going to... No. Not this. If he connects with this, it's all over. Went for the punt, but Triple H gets out of harm's way just in the nick of time. Triple H might have just saved his life. Not just his career, his life. Randy Orton might have punted the skull off the shoulders of the cerebral assassin. But now it's Triple H on the concrete. But Randy Orton with a back body drop. Triple H on the stretcher. This time it's Randy Orton who has Triple H on the stretcher. Is Orton going to be able to capitalize? Both of these men are worse for wear. They're spent. They've given it everything they've had. But is it Randy Orton's time? Triple H is laid out on the stretcher. Randy Orton going to have to use all the strength he has left to push the dead weight of Triple H on the stretcher up the ramp. And that's the tough part, is you're going up a ramp. This is where you find out how much strength you have in your legs this deep into a hard match like this, into a high stakes match like this, with all the damage that's already been done to your body. Randy Orton almost there, but right at the top of the slope, Triple H pulls and able to just barely get his body off the stretcher to make sure Randy Orton does not leave with his WWE Championship. Randy Orton just banging the stretcher out of frustration, thinking he had it won. But now he's going to measure up. Randy Orton measuring up the game. The 13-time former world champion and Triple H. The Viper is coiled. Ready to strike. Went for that RKO. But Randy Orton gets sent by the game right into the LED. Into the LED board. No. Now it's Triple H who's looking for his finisher. And it connects. The pedigree connects. If Triple H can capitalize, this is it. The stretcher's right at the finish line. So if Triple H has enough power that he can muster enough strength to get Randy Orton on this stretcher right in front of the finish line, you are right there. All you have to do is get the Viper and get him on the stretcher. But as I mentioned earlier, all these things are easier said than done. Nothing is going to be as easy as it looks. Nothing is going to be just that simple. Triple H about to pull the... That's it. Triple H is going to win. Oh, come on. That's Cody Rhodes. That's Cody Rhodes and the Legacy. Cody Rhodes blocking the stretch at the last minute. And here's the assault on the cerebral assassin. And now Triple H sends Rhodes Enter the LED entranceway with Orton still on the stretcher. Oh, Orton, the first wheels were on the line. Now it's DiBiase. And Randy Orton falls off the stretcher. The stretcher gets pushed over. DiBiase knocking. Oh, come on. Randy Orton had this all planned out. Now it's the Legacy. Now it's Legacy doing the dirty work for their leader, the Viper, Randy Orton, getting help from DiBiase and Rhodes as Triple H trying to fight back. But how much is Triple H going to be able to fight back? He and Randy Orton have already put each other through hell. And now Randy Orton had this all scouted for Triple H to be outnumbered. Like a pack of rabid wolves going after Triple H. And now it's Rhodes and DiBiase checking on Orton, trying to get him back up. Uh-oh. Look at Triple H. He has his baby. One more trick up his sleeve. He's got the sledgehammer to the midsection of Rhodes. To the face of DiBiase. Down goes DiBiase. Down goes Rhodes. But Randy Orton. Oh, and a low blow. Playing it cheap. Triple H. That might have been his last. Oh my. Did he just pull? That's part of the stage. And Randy Orton's done it. Randy Orton wins the stretcher match. The Viper, Randy Orton, had this all scouted. Randy Orton has just won the 3 Stages of Hell match. And once again, Randy Orton finds a way to retain his WWE Championship. Triple H thought he had it all scouted out by giving Randy Orton the first fall with a disqualification with a steel chair. And then Triple H took the second fall with a pedigree on the floor when it was falls count anywhere. And what a grueling stretcher match for the third fall we saw. And what a turn of events this turned out to be. Triple H with a last gasp effort pulling a sledgehammer from out of nowhere. But Triple H is back. Wait, I don't think Randy Orton knows what's up. Randy Orton doesn't know what's up. Orton is as clueless as you could ever be. I would turn around. You're not going to like... I wouldn't even turn around. You're not going to like the view, and I think Randy Orton could sense danger. Boom! Right into the skull of Randy Orton. Randy Orton may be leaving as WWE Champion, but Triple H is the last man standing. Message sent. Randy Orton writing another chapter in his legacy, retaining his WWE Championship with the help of Legacy. In this 3 Stages of Hell match, Randy Orton victorious, but it will be Triple H who walks out on his own 2 feet. It'll be Triple H who stands tall in the end, despite limping with the damage that Randy Orton did to his leg. It's fair to say these two put their bodies through hell. Is Triple H going back for more? And just pushing the referee, Mike Yoda. And there's the message for Randy Orton.